Okay, we're going to look at some equations now that have two steps that need to be tackled to find a value of x. So we'll look at 3x plus 2 equals 7. So 3 times something, add 2 equals 7. So if we need to get rid of the last thing first, all right, so x is multiplied by 3 and then has 2 added to it and gets 7. So if we take away our 2, all right, if we think what do you add to 2 to get 7, you should come up with the answer 3x equals 5. Okay, now I could have written 3x equals 7 minus 2, but that's quite simple really. And think about it, this must be 5. This whole thing must be 5 because 5 and 2 is 7. Now, the final part, if 3 lots of our x equal 5, one of them will be 1/3 of 5. And we write 1/3 as 5 over 3. Now you can leave the answer like that. Now I'll carry on with questions of a similar type. So we'll go down this side now. So we've got 4x plus 3 equals 23. And we could write 4x equals 23. And we can move this 3 to the other side of the equal sign. We must remember though to take away when we do this. So 4x will equal 23 minus 3, so 4x will equal 20. Now 4 times something is 20, and you should realise from your 5 times or 4 times tables that the answer will be 5. Okay, on to our final question of this type. 2x plus 8 equals 18. So 2x will equal 18, subtract 8. 2x equals 18, subtract 8. So 2x equals 10. Okay, and so 2 lots of our x is 10, and so x must be 5. So those involved adding, subtracting, and multiplying. We'll now look at some equations that require division. So we start off by moving our number to the other side. So we have x divided by 3 equals 1 plus 7. So x divided by 3 equals 8. So if it's divided by 3 equals 8, if it wasn't divided by 3, the 8 would have to be 3 times larger. X equals 8 times 3. So x equals 24. Another way of understanding this is when I move something right from the left-hand side of the equal sign to the right, so if we put left and right, it does the opposite thing on the other side. So the minus 7 goes on to the other side of the equation and becomes plus 7. The divide by 3 goes to the other side of the equation and becomes times by 3. So try that with these questions. On to our next one. Remember we start with the thing that happens last. Alright, so x was divided by 5, then take away 1. So we get rid of the take away 1, we move it to the other side, and it becomes 3 plus 1. So x over 5 equals 4. And to undo divide by 5, we multiply by 5. I'll write that out. 4 times 5. So x equals 20. Okay, on to our final one. Now x divided by 6 will equal 8. Subtract 3. My 3 goes over to the other side, takes the opposite operation. So x divided by 6 becomes 5. So when we undo divide by 6, it must become multiply by 6. Okay, so, and x equals 30. Now, what we can do with all of these problems is check. So take the 30 and put it in the start. 30 divided by 6 is 5. 5 and 3 is 8. 20, right, so I'm taking value 20 here. 20 into the equation at the start, divided by 5 is 4. 4 take 1 is 3. And finally, 24 take 3 is 8. And 8 take 7 is 1. So I've checked that all my answers are correct. And that's the end of the video on solving equations where there are 2 steps.